Hi, I'm Ron Phillips and I'd like to welcome you to my website. This website represents the last 30 years of my working life, essentially my life work. I dig a good story, I always have. When I was young, the only time I actually listened to the pastor is when he broke into a story. And stories have become the way I've made my living. I have learned that to embed principles of life and just life lessons into the stories that I tell. 30 years ago, I wrote this book along with Dan Brewer, and it was a series of stories that I was telling kids at Creative Alternatives. And each story is essentially a lesson in life. And these kids, I first started working with them, wanting to, my premise was working in a group with a teenager would be the most effective way to create change. But what I didn't realize is the traditional approaches to group therapy didn't work with multi-problem teenagers. Last thing in the world a teenager wants to do in a group setting is reveal that they might have something wrong with them. And so group therapy for adolescents just doesn't work. And so I quickly realized that I needed to change tack. And I started telling stories. And the moment I started telling a story, kids started listening to learn. And basically, I was going up to the front door of these kids' lives, and the doors were closed. They basically tell me to go take a hike. And I took my work, my journey, my lessons in life, and I went around to the back and I went through the bathroom window. And once you're in the house, it doesn't matter whether you went through the front door or the bathroom window, you're into the life of the people that you're working with. And TSI is by far the best, in my opinion, is by far the best way I know of imparting the important lessons in life that every adult needs to learn during their learning time in order to have an effective life. Other models, in my opinion, don't even come close. I have great compliance. Over the course of the last 30 years, I believe I've run 18,000 sessions using this material. The material is timeless. It's a fable for our time, and it's so effective. I've used this every working day for the last 30 years, and so I've seen how effective it is with families, in the schools where I work, and in the clinic. I've worked at a tertiary mental health clinic for the last 20 years. And I've worked with families and I've worked with individuals and groups. And this material plays big time. Why? Because people listen. And once they start listening, it's like going through, as I said, through the bathroom window. You start being able to talk about all sorts of issues of life. Now, the gym journey is made up of this book. And the TSI, Therapeutic Storytelling Intervention, is the vehicle, it's the counseling component that I developed in order to transmit these issues of life. Now, this website is full of all kinds of material. There's just stuff that you can watch. There's all kinds of videos. There's reading material. There's magazine articles. There's newspaper articles. And if you'll just look above at the navigation bar, there are 3 areas of focus. For families, if you're a parent and want to have just a wonderful time taking your kids on a journey and being able to impart important life skills, then take a look at the family section. If you're an educator and want to use this material within the curriculum, your health curriculum, it's literally used all over New Zealand. The Young New Zealanders Foundation have abbreviated a smaller version of it, and the Gemstones program is in 800 schools across New Zealand. And if you're a professional looking for an orientation that will really be effective in your practice, take a look at the professional section. There's stuff to read, there's stuff to watch, and if you like what you see and what you've read, I suggest there's quite a bit of stuff to buy. Hey, thanks for paying attention, and I hope you enjoy your journey within this website. Thank you.